I'm straight up explaining what I mean by the title of my video. It's been like 4 years since we've seen Michael Fassbender in anything, and 6 years if you pretend X-Men the Dark Phoenix never existed, which I'm happy to do. The Killer. David Fincher, who's directed a bunch of incredible movies, teams up with Michael Fassbender to give us a interesting story through the eyes of this meticulous assassin. After a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt he insists isn't personal. The description sounds simple enough, but to be honest, it is. It's, at surface level, just an assassin revenge plot. But it's David Fincher, so it's everything outside of that which just makes this film so much fun to watch. In a similar sense to a film like Fight Club or Gone Girl, narration plays a big part in here. There's almost nothing in the way of just conversations between characters here, and that could make for a boring film, but Fassbender's character is so methodical and near robotic, and we just hear his experience through the narrations of him explaining what he's doing whilst he's scouting out his next target. In a way, similar to Rosamund Pike's character in Gone Girl, where you're listening to her talk about her plan and you're seeing it unfold in front of you at the same time, and you just enjoy listening to that narration. But in here, it can pay off in a humorous kind of way sometimes. They'll set up a scene about being precise down to the last T, and we'll be mid-narration, mid-explanation about the thoroughness of this assassin, and then it just goes tits up, and we see Fassbender's character just crack ever so slightly. It genuinely got me laughing a couple of times, and Fassbender really is carrying this one. It's predominantly him. There are side characters, but they get a scene each, max, and his performance, the efficiency of his actions, and the really fast-paced editing just keeps you glued to the screen. The only other star of note is Tilda Swinton, and she's great, but she only gets a short window here. The audio and sound team also deserve big praise. There's not really a soundtrack here. It's mostly Fassbender's narration to guide us through the scene, or it's silence to help us build the tension. But the Foley team, they really get to shine because of that. And the sound effects are just on point. There's one scene where our assassin has to fight a much larger, brute-like opponent, and they cleverly amplify the big guy's movements while blending it into this hazy white noise. It really makes it sound like King Kong just wrecking through this house. And whilst we're on that topic, it's not an action movie, it's more of a suspense thriller, but there is that one action scene of note. And it was really well done. It could have just been an easy action throwaway bit just to give us a break, but it was done with such Jason Bourne levels of intensity and choreography. You felt each punch, the desperation of each person involved. It's just a really solid 10-minute bit. I think I'm just going to keep this short and sweet, to be honest. It was kind of an easy one to talk about. I would really recommend checking this one out. It's under 2 hours and the pace hardly ever drags, and it also throws you into the film quite quickly as well. There's no long drawn out bits for the title cards. I always appreciate that. It's on Netflix, I think November the 10th, but you can see it in cinemas for a limited time now, and I would recommend seeing it in cinemas if you can. So yeah, that's The Killer. It came out this weekend, so maybe you've already seen it. If you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to leave a like and subscribe or whatever, that sort of thing. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime and video games. Until next time guys, take care. Bye bye.